Real Talks Channel Kenya with Uncle B. Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. It's another new day. We thank God for this day. It's nice to see you. It's nice to have you on board as our subscriber. Please feel at home, feel free to comment and give us ideas on where we can improve. We want to do a comparison on, our country is expansive. We have so many cities in this beautiful country, Kenya, and definitely it's a country that is growing. You can say it's an uptown country. It's growing very fast, especially with the growing tech-savvy citizens, the citizens of Kenya, beautiful people out there, hard-working, friendly, optimistic. We like being united. And just attack Kenya and you'll know how united we are. But we are very friendly to our visitors. We welcome everybody within ground Kenya. Come and feel free, enjoy, live with us, enjoy with us, stay here and learn our culture or two. Today we want to compare Nairobi and Mombasa. Nairobi is actually our capital city. County 047, as we all know, under the new constitution. It is a big city of around 6 million inhabitants. It's a very fast growing city, especially with the expansion of Nairobi metropolis. There's the original Nairobi, which is around 684 square kilometers. But besides that, there's also Nairobi metropolis expanding into part of Kajiado, that is Ongata Rongai, Kitengela, parts of Kiambu, that is Juja, Ruiru, Kiambu itself. Even sometimes we extend our border to Thika. And then we also have Machakos, that is Athi River, and all the way to Syokimau. So Nairobi metropolis is quite expansive. It's quite huge. And definitely it's a very big city. It's an international city, well known in the world. It is a reputable city. It's the fourth largest city in Africa, and it's really growing. And actually it's growing widely, and is also growing in height. So Nairobi is a city on a big trajectory. It's a city of now and the city of the future. It will be one of the cities that will be controlling a lot of African matters, politic-wise and economic-wise. Nairobi is going to be a big center of a lot of things happening in Africa. Currently, it's hosting one of the biggest UN offices in the world, the others being New York, Vienna, and Geneva. And now Nairobi hosting the other big offices with a number of UN offices. We also have other big multinational companies having their offices in Nairobi, either controlling the African region or the Eastern and Central African region. Definitely Nairobi has so many diplomatic offices, both handling Kenyan matters and also handling regional matters. So it's a regional city as well, with so many headquarters stationed here. Obviously, Nairobi is a big center of attraction when it comes to politics, comes to security matters. So it's just a city that has a lot happening, a lot of things happening in this city of Nairobi. And when you look at the skyscrapers, it has very many skyscrapers currently built and also under construction. So in the near future, talk of 5 years, it will be a very, very big city with so many skyscrapers, so many tall buildings, and actually right now is being called the New York of Africa because of the way it is growing. Some of the most popular estates in Nairobi include high-cost estates like Lavington, Runda, Karen, Kitisuru, Nyari, many of them, Muthaiga, so many beautiful estates, high cost or high living areas where the rich or the wealthy live. We also have middle class estates such as South C, South B, Syokimau, we have Hurlingham, we have bits of Ongata Rongai, middle class, Kitengela, we have Athi River, we have Utawala, we have Donholm, all the way to Garden City, and some estates on Thika Road, Mountain View, majority of middle class coming from those areas. We have also the other estates. We have Umoja, we have Kayole, we have so many other estates. Nairobi has this robust, life, very, very fast. Everybody is busy, rushing to do something. People have no time to waste. They are always in a rush to get things done, to do something, to get somewhere quickly, do their thing and get off very fast. But it also has its immense challenges. Obviously, the county government is trying to improve on the water, sanitation, which is one of the biggest issues in Nairobi. Also, the population is huge. Some of the facilities are overstretched. Therefore, they need to expand that city even to the metropolis and ensure that people have these high living standards. And that's the reason why every other day, the county government is coming up with projects to just improve on lives of people. Nairobi's lifestyle is good. People are trendy. The latest fashions always originates from Nairobi. The capital is robust. You look at the beautiful faces, you look at the handsome faces, everybody is clean, to try to get their act together. They call it kupiga luku. People are trendy, fashionable, and stuff like that. Nairobi controls a lot of things in the country. When it comes to the economy, it controls around, but let's say 30 to 40% of the GDP, which is quite huge from a single city controlling the economy. Most of the big factories are in Nairobi. Companies have their headquarters in Nairobi. In fact, almost all of them. All the ministries, the government offices are in Nairobi. So there's a lot of activity centered in Nairobi. But when it comes to the lifestyle, the culture is urban, a mix of urban and a bit of traditional culture, but majority is urban. People are trendy, people are fashionable. People want to to look good. It also has its taste. There are so many nice restaurants in Nairobi, very high class to middle class to affordable ones, and hotels. Most of the 5-star hotels in the country are in Nairobi. So many beautiful hotels in the city of Nairobi. Beautiful. They have so many clubs in Nairobi where weekends the clubs are filled up because people are watching football or just listening to good music as they catch up. Nairobi has a lot of activities. You can't fail to to enjoy. You can't fail to get something, to do something. It has a lot of things, but they call it the concrete jungle. But it has a lot of amusement parks as well for families, and nice things, fun things for fun, a lot of them. So you can't fail to get something in Nairobi that fits you. Nairobi basically is an urban city. Fast, everything is fast. So if you are thinking of relocating to Nairobi, that's the kind of scenario you'll get. Now we also have Mombasa. Mombasa is the second largest capital in 254 or Kenya. It's actually the oldest city. It became a city before Kenya realized itself. It is the first city of Kenya, but it is very old. It is over 1,000 years. It has a very heavy linkage towards the Swahili culture. Swahili are people from the coast, the Bajunis, the Swahili mix of Arabs, and the locals, the Mijikendas are the majority. And basically, Mombasa has its just nice, culture, just attractive culture. Yeah, utaratibu. They call it utaratibu, yani gentle. It has a gentle culture. It's not as fast as Nairobi, but the culture is just nicely gentle. So if you are looking for a chilled out city that is also modern but chilled out, then Mombasa is the city for you. Mombasa has some of the biggest companies with their headquarters. That's Kenya Ports Authority, Kenya Marine, so anything to do with the blue economy. Most of the companies related with the blue economy having their major offices in Mombasa, and obviously things to do with logistics, that's the port. They have their offices in Mombasa. Mombasa is a city of around 2.5 million people. It's expanding towards the Mombasa metropolis, touching into a bit of Kwale, touching into a bit of Kilifi, and because those are the counties that actually border it, and the city is also growing. The city is growing. There's a rapid growth of residential estates and commercial buildings in Mombasa. A while back, people used to have these Swahili houses, the kept houses, that could host only a few people. But now, when the Somalis came on board, the people from our country came on board, they saw an opportunity that real estate is something that they need to invest in, and that's why when you walk around Mombasa right now, there is growth upwards. There are so many modern apartments coming up, Majengo, Chuda, Kizingo, Ganjoni. You go towards Nyali, you'll see very many high-rise buildings coming up. You go towards Bamburi, yeah, it's fairly growth, a proper growth. You can actually see growth in the city of Mombasa. There's also a rush to modernize key infrastructure like roads, and now they have double-decker roads. Mombasa, the island is not that huge, but it's filled up, it's congested, and making the expansion of roads maybe from dual to maybe a 4-lane become a bit difficult. So I think the government has seen that challenge to the fact that they are now doing the double-decker roads. So there is construction of roads everywhere. You have Changamwe, you have Miritini, you have Mikindani, very many estates in Mombasa right now, and they're all growing. There's a huge population also moving into Mombasa on a daily basis. There are people who are looking for that chilled out culture, and therefore they are settling in Mombasa, as many of them. Mombasa is basically the main tourist city of Kenya. If you are a visitor and you are coming to Kenya, you don't want to only concentrate or enjoy our wildlife, and you also want to enjoy the sea and sand, then Mombasa is the place for you. Mombasa has an international airport that sometimes receive international flights from those big cities outside there, and it's just a very beautiful city, very beautiful, aesthetic. It's a blue and white city, depicting the blue economy. It's a city of the future as well. It is an old city, but it has realized that it has to shed off its old tag, and now it is modernizing itself rapidly with the entry of Somalis and people from other places of the country. Mombasa is just chilled out. It's a beautiful city in its own right. The people here love chilling out on the pavements of their houses. They have these slabs that they have formed on their houses where in the evening they chill out taking coffee. The wazees, the old men here, like chilling out taking the kahawatungu. Kahawatungu is basically the sour coffee. They brew that coffee, so they chill out and they pick stories as they take their coffee pole pole. One of the challenges that we have seen in Mombasa is the mogoka issue. People like chewing mogoka here a lot. I think is more like their alcohol. When you compare with Nairobi, where they take so much alcohol, here they take so much mogoka. Some of the most beautiful estates you'll find in Mombasa include Nyali, obviously, with very expensive homes, high class. You're also talking about Kizingo, nice houses. In fact, most of the key installations in Kizingo. Kizingo has most of government offices and very beautiful homes. You're looking at Ganjoni, a modern estate. You're looking at Bamburi. Bamburi does not sleep 24 hours. You'll find most of the clubs in Bamburi. You want to see how lifestyle of Mombasa is, then you go to Bamburi. Then you realize that Mombasa is not that chilled out city as you think. When you expand to the metropolis, look at Mtwapa. It's also very fast, 24 hours economy. People never sleep there. There's a lot of activities in Mtwapa. It's a residential estate basically, but it's like the bedroom of Mombasa, some sort. When you compare with Nairobi, then you're looking at Kitengela and Rongai. Mombasa is expansive. You're looking at Mazeras, Mariakani. You're looking at Diani, Ukunda. Very nice places. Some of the best beaches are found in Diani, and very good beaches, very beautiful hotels also in Diani. Mombasa has a mix of 5-star hotels, 4-star hotels, boutique hotels, and just 3-star hotels, and there are many of them because of the tourists. Obviously, it borders the Indian Ocean. Some of the best beaches in Kenya are found in Mombasa. You're looking at Nyali Beach, you're looking at Mombasa Beach, and the famous Pirate Beach. You're looking at Serena Beach. Very many beaches. So many things happening. Just as Nairobi with very modern infrastructure, Mombasa is also catching up for sure. And also when you move around Mombasa, you'll see a lot of upgrades. There's a lot of upgrades. People are upgrading their houses. No one wants to be left behind. And maybe the few ones who are remaining do not have titles to their properties. And I think that's one of the biggest problem of Mombasa, lack of titles, therefore deterring people from doing modernization of their buildings or properties. That is one of the issues. Mombasa has issues as well of floods. Whenever it rains heavily, the water is clogged up, so the drainage is a problem as well, but I think the government is trying to address that. However, generally it's a beautiful city, beautiful people, very friendly, very welcoming. One of the other issues Mombasa has is insecurity. There are estates that you cannot just go and walk. You'll be attacked by the young boys, the machete welding gangs, which is a problem, I think. So just as any other city in the world which has challenges of security, Mombasa has its own fair share. So I think the government will address that. They are trying to, as much as possible, to keep the city safe, but just be careful. If you're a visitor, just be careful. Just take note. Don't just be so friendly with everyone. Not everybody is friendly as you might think. Okay, the people are beautiful. In Mombasa, mostly a Swahili culture, with the people covering themselves with buibui, Swahili. It's actually a heavy Swahili culture. Mombasa, you'll find very good street food. You'll find viazi karai. You'll find mihogo. They call them kachiri. You'll find prawns. You'll find tuna, pweza. There are many good street foods in Mombasa. You'll just stumble on one and you eat and you go. Make sure that you eat the good one so that you don't have the stomach problems. But they have good food. They have very good food. Samaki wakupaka, the mbahazis and mahamris. Very nice food. In fact, we Nairobis, when we go to Mombasa, those are some of the food that we chew crazily. Yeah, so those are the comparisons between the two cities. Obviously, Nairobi is the capital, but the second largest city is Mombasa. And most people say that these cities are like twins. They depend on each other. Nairobi depends on Mombasa because of the port, and Mombasa depends on Nairobi because people have to make money in Nairobi and come spend it in Mombasa. That's how it works. So I think with that little comparison, for those who have visited the two cities or who live in the two cities, can either agree with me or disagree. If you agree with me, you can add more comments. If you disagree, you can also give us your views why you think it is not the case. So thank you very much, and let's keep watching Real Talks Channel Kenya. Please subscribe, like and share our topics. Asanteni sana.